Hey, welcome to Northumberland Zoo on YouTube. My name is Maxine and I work here. Now today we're going to be doing part 2 of the full zoo tour. And in last week's video, if you didn't see it already, I'll put the link in the description, but we kind of made it to here, which was the British wildlife and the meerkat enclosure. So we kind of oversee our new entrance area and had a little look in our little nocturnal area and the bats and obviously the cafe soft play. But today we're going to see how far we get. So yes, let's begin. So as we're walking down this path here, we have got the indoor meerkat house. So this is where you can kind of see them if the weather is a little bit rough. The keepers haven't been down and turned the lights on yet, but we've got a few little mock rock structures in here. A couple of them are like little houses for the meerkats that can go inside. And also the porcupine's cave is at the very, very back there where the crested porcupines live. So this building here is heated, so it's nice and toasty warm for them. So if it gets a little bit rainy or a little bit chilly, they can go inside. But like I said, the lights aren't on in yet there. Then if we go around opposite the meerkats, we've got this lovely enclosure that sprung up last year. So this will be a new one since our tour. And this is a little bit of a funny one because this is actually an invasive species. So this is one of the only animals species on site that we actually have to have a license for. And this is of course the Siberian chipmunk. So there he is there having his breakfast. So we've got Snap and Crackle in here. And they're loving life. So chipmunks tend to only live for about 5 or 6 years. We kind of like rescued these guys from a local place that was shutting down because we wanted to give a nice life, and they're fun animals to work with and they're fun animals to watch. So we kind of themed it like a garden shed and like a bit of a garden bit with a washing line and that, and the chipmunks bomb around in here. People love them, so they're quite nice. We'll head in the wild theatre in a second. I just want to show you our smelliest enclosure that we've got here at the zoo. So this is our tree porcupines. So tree porcupines are exactly what it says on the box, which is a porcupine that goes in the trees. And they have a very distinctive smell, which stinks of human body odor, which is like the least expected thing in the world. And when you're the lucky keeper that gets to work with these guys for the day, you end up smelling like a tree porcupine, and everyone knows exactly where you've been. So yes, it's not the best, but in here we have, at the minute, we've got Quill, our female tree porcupine, who is 4 years old. So she's got access in there, she's got access out here. She has destroyed all of these trees, and we're looking at potentially giving them access at some point in the future to out here, just to give them a bit more tree space. But that's a work in progress. We've also got a new shade sail thing that's going to come off the front here just to stop the reflection on that glass so much, because it's pretty intense. Right, before we go too far, I want to take you in the wild theatre. So we've currently got an empty aviary next to the wild theatre, which is getting a much taller roof put on it, so that's just derelict at the moment. But inside the wild theatre is where we do all of our animal displays, which we hold maybe once or twice a day depending on the time of year. So this building was built in 2019, so it was a really tricky year to have this constructed because we didn't really get a massive amount of opportunity to use it before COVID hit. And then obviously after COVID we were restricted with numbers, so we had this lovely seating area that we made, and we just could barely have anybody in here. So it was a really tricky time, like we got our timing really bad. But what's really cool about the display building is all the different kind of access points in here, so I'll show you. So we designed this kind of mock rock wall. So this is all fake concrete, fake rock made out of concrete, but there's various different access holes kind of hidden. We've got a little storage rock here which we can keep kind of different animals in, ready for action. We've got another hidey hole back here, which is great for like armadillos, certain birds. And then we've got another hatch just over here where we can release birds over the audience, and when the audience aren't expecting it because they're looking that way, it's a bit of a shock for them, which is quite cool. One of the things that we'd like to do with this wild theatre is we'd like to be able to offer more displays. At the minute we have a very small bird team here at the zoo, and due to, you know, bird of prey kind of like regulations, you're only allowed to fly or work birds for 9 months of the year, and they have to have 3 months holiday, which is totally cool. Certain bird species fly a lot better and work a lot better at different times of year. Like for example, snowy owls, we don't use them in the summer, we use them in the winter. So you just got to be a little bit clever where you use your birds and what for. But yeah, we've got quite a small team of birds, so we'd really like to branch out into mammals. That's kind of like the idea, but this kind of training and stuff takes so much time. And we don't want to just keep a whole bunch of animals kind of off show just for that 10 minutes of display time. So it's planning it into the collection, actually planning full proper exhibits that are on show, so the animals have an enriching and, you know, good quality 24-hour day rather than just 10 minutes of fun in here and then off show. So it's a little bit more tricky when you start thinking about displays in that way. But yeah, the idea would be, it would be amazing to have like rats running along the walls and just different animals taking part. But one of the things that we want to do is actually put some blinds over these skylights and actually do a bit of a mini beast show with like a projector, with like a microscope camera and that, so that you guys can get some close-up views of mini beast. Because mini beast, once upon a time, if you ever used to come to the zoo and go in the hot house for our mini beast talks, they were so popular, it was insane. So yeah, it'd be good to get them going again. Anyways, we're gonna go in this door here. So this is like a behind the scenes door. This is where we catch birds and send birds out ready for the shows. So we just open up this wee hatch and off they go, which is quite cool. And this is connected to our classroom. So here we go. This is our small little classroom. And yeah, it does this for what we need. We can, obviously the size of it is a little bit limiting. We can only have like small classes in here of small children, especially not older children. So we can use it for various different things, but we are actually exploring different kind of options now of having a larger classroom elsewhere on site. So that's something that we're working on at the minute. There's one of our historic old maps, so that's more of like what the zoo would have looked like last year. There's no bat house, there's Parrot House. So this is actually a really old map, actually. That says autumn 2021, so this is probably early 2021. This is a 3-year-old map here. Mental. So as we look out this window here, we've got a view of our wallaby walkthrough and the mushroom house. So we'll go through here. This is our keeper kitchen. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing alright.
Good.
Food prep.
Doing food prep. So this is our keeper kitchen. It's exactly what it says on the tin. This is our meat prep bench. This is where we've got all of our diets for our different carnivores, or animals that eat meat. Meerkats, foxes, otters, wildcats, serval, lynx, snow leopards, raccoons, and that's what they get every day. So we use this to gauge what we have to take out the freezer to defrost. And this is where we prep the food. Then over here we've got the veg prep area with some diets up there for the different sections: walkthrough section, small mammal section, twilight section. So those are obviously constantly changing depending on animals and times of year. So what are you guys prepping?
At the moment I'm prepping the dry food, which means cracking nuts for the chipmunks and things like that, just so that they can actually get their teeth into it. So
Wicked. And Karen, what have you got?
This is all our twilight food, so it's our dry pallet, our veg, and our bug feeds as well, because a lot of our animals get bugs as well.
Wow.
So,
my God, did you cut that by hand?
So Jay's done that for me.
Oh, wow.
So we have to cut it nice and small for the tortoises so they can eat it.
Escaping. Amazing. Wow, cool. So yeah, that's our kitchen. Back behind the display area here, we've got a couple of off-show enclosures, which are super handy for any animals that might get sick or injured. So we've just got a bit of space back here for using that. This is the back display wall, so we've got different feedy-in doors. So that's one of the doors that we can put animals into the display room through. Got our big fridge. So this fridge is insane. Full of food for the animals. We buy around like 200 kilos of fruit and veg a week, which is just insane. We are trying to grow our own stuff on site, so it just takes a long time. Then we've got a big freezer. If you don't like seeing dead stuff, then look away now. But this is the one that's full of dead stuff. So this is like venison, rabbits, hares, birds. And then down here we've got another box for releasing into the display area. And we've got some more holding areas, just in case there's ever anything that needs to go off show temporarily. So it's quite a dynamic space. So what we'll do is we'll head out and we'll pick back up on the paths where we were before. So we're gonna go out the keeper kitchen. Now quite often, because that's the otter enclosure there, quite often you'll see the otters sat on top of that log there because they know that they can spot the keepers coming out of the keeper door. So the otters during the day like to sit on that log because they know where the keepers come from. So that's the door to the education room we were just in. So here we are at the otter enclosure, which has matured greatly over the years. We've got 3 otters in here. We've got a male and 2 females, which are siblings. The male is called Harry Otter. So they've got a little house in there with their halts in there. Obviously they've had their breakfast this morning, so they've gone back to bed. And then they've got access to the pond and everything down here as well. But yeah, the zoo is starting to open now. So I don't want to hang around too much while there's public around. What we'll do is we'll head to behind the scenes in the primate house and I'll show you what's going on there. And next week we'll start off in the monkey house and I'll show you the front area of that. So for those of you who've wondered where Millie the parrot has gone, we've actually moved her back behind the monkey house. So this is the old parrot house that we've just kind of come up behind. We've got the keeper staff room here, so this is all kind of off show. Meerkats is over there, the new entrance is over there. But Millie lives in here now, so she's got full access 24 hours a day. The keepers and my dad get her out every now and then and take her on a little wander around. So she's just in that house at the moment, but during the day she enjoys sitting right up there and shouting at the various tractors and things. But it's great because actually the keepers can go up on that platform there and work with her up there and do some training with her, which is nice. But she's loving life. So yeah, we're just gonna go and have a look in the monkey house, in the behind the scenes bit. Hi kids. So this is our off-show monkey house. I've just seen a little Saki monkey go sneaking away. So in here we've got various different holding areas, different sized area, because we've actually got 3 species of primates living in here. So we've got holding areas up there, holding areas down here, and 2 holding areas here. And then as you go through here, this actually leads you out to the main exhibit. So this is the keeper access, so it's completely separate to the public access. So we'll just go out and see what's going on. Hello. Hello. How are you doing, mate? Hi. Good morning. Hello. How you doing, mate? How's it going? See, these are Saki monkeys, white-faced Saki monkeys. We've got a male here on the right and a female on the left. Then over there we've got a Gweldy's monkey. That's our female called Marge. And then there's 3 pygmy marmosets in here as well. And then on the floor we've got 2 agouti. So there's an agouti down there as well. So this exhibit used to be our Parrot House. So we used to have parrots running around in here. But because of bird flu and all of those things and not being able to get the public in here for so long, the parrots they really kind of like struggled a little bit. So we decided to move the parrots outside. So they've got the sun now and they've got loads of people to shout at through the day. we decided to redevelop this area and make use of all the plants and the heating, because this building is heated by our biomass, which is sustainable, and it just seemed like a big opportunity to bring some new and exciting species to the zoo. So that's Marge there giving her call. I've seen a little flitting glimpse of the pygmy marmosets, but they are so small and so quick, it is insane. So as we look up here, we've got the big waterfall at the end there, and it runs down into a stream down here. So it's a really nice exhibit. And next time we start our tour, we can start off in the public area so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. Anyways, I think we'll leave that there for today because the zoo's starting to fill up with people. I hope that you enjoyed that little snippet of the zoo. And if you got any questions or comments, then please do let me know. And thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done already, please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the Northumberland Zoo YouTube channel. We'll see you next week.